Good morning, students. I hope so everyone are fine and good. So this is lecture 5 from chapter number 3, Nationalism in India, class 10, subject history. So we are at the verge of ending this chapter now, and only last series is left from this chapter. So we are going to finish off this chapter in this particular lecture itself. We are going to discuss about the last series today. So the topics that we are going to cover today are the last series, which is the sense of collective belonging. So this is particularly the last series, and after that there is a conclusion. So we'll discuss about this series only and about what the conclusion it has given in this chapter, about then homework solution and the homework. So this is quite few of the things that are covered in this chapter. So let's get started with the lecture now. So the first topic that I have taken is the sense of collective belonging. So what does this series say? So basically we have covered about all the major events that have happened, like the idea of Satyagraha, then the Khilafat movement, non-cooperation movement, then how that non-cooperation movement ended. Then we have talked about the civil disobedience movement, then it ended, then again it began. So a lot of series and lot of movement have been covered till now, but in this last series we'll discuss about all the sense of this collective belonging. What does it basically nationalism have given to our country, to India? What kind of sense of जिसकी वजह से आज भी इंडिया साथ में है, and all together we are a collective, that particular feeling, how it could brought all of us together. So the nationalism spread when people begin to believe that they all are part of the same nation, when they consider some unity that binds them together. So basically in the nationalism in India was all about that feeling that bring us all together to a momentum that yes, we all are a part of this particular nation and we will fight it off in some way or the other to bring a proper suffrage or proper independence for our country. So this sense of collective belongingness started from this feeling. That feeling should be there about that you all are together and you all are a part of this particular nation. So this spread was given by when people begin to believe that they all are a part of the same nation, when they discover some unity in between each other. And this sense of collective belonging came partly through the experience of united struggles. So all the struggles they have faced, all these movements that happened, all the struggles they have faced through just because of the Britishers, all the bullings and everything that happened in their country, it kind of bring them all together in one unity. And this sense of collective belonging was actually came through these experiences, all the experiences they had from this united struggles they have been. So ये भी जितने भी movements हुए थे इनमें जो भी collectively they have got is the experience of unity, the experience of that happened just because of these struggles only. But there were only a variety of cultural processes through which nationalism captured people's imagination. So there is a variety of cultural processes through which nationalism captured people's imagination, like history and fiction, folklore and songs, popular prints and symbols, all played a part in the making of nationalism. So there was a different things that united them. तो बहुत सारी चीजें आई थी, like there were movies that have been made, there were songs, popular printed symbols, and there are a lot of things जो कि nationalism की idea को मतलब लोगों के अंदर लाने के लिए ये सारी चीजें की गई थी, so that they should all come together and be a part of this particular unit, be like a part. Don't think that they are an individual culture or they are an individual religion. Just they are all are a part of one united country. They want that, and by all these things they thought that कि nationalism की जो feeling है, maybe it can unite all the people together. So the identity of the nation, as you know, and you have seen in chapter number 1 also, is most often symbolized in a figure or a image. So what does this particular feeling of nationalism occur? So like you have seen in chapter number 1 also in Europe, there was they actually उनकी जो जिनको पूछते थे उनको बोलते थे भारत माता जैसे हम बोलते हैं उनको, अब वो द सेम वे दे हैव जिन्होंने अपनी कंट्री को एक नाम दे दिया था, अपनी कंट्री को सिंबलाइज कर दिया था एक फिगर से या तो एक इमेज से. So this helps to create an image with which people can identify their nation. So like we say that हम अपने इंडिया को भारत माता के नाम से जानते हैं. So that's a particular figure or a image that we have given to our country. Same way Europe also have given the same to their country. So this helps to create a particular image in which we can identify our nation. हम इस अपने nation को कैसे लोगों के सामने प्रेजेंट करते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, दैट व्हाट इट इज. सो इट वाज इन द 20th century when the growth of nationalism was came and that the identity of India came to be visually associated with the image of Bharat Mata. So it was in the 20th century where they have seen the growth of nationalism. So in the early 90s there was nothing, but in the late 90s जो भी movements देखे हैं इंडिया में, they have actually united all the people together and they have seen the growth of nationalism amongst the people, that the identity of India came to be visualized associated with the image of Bharat Mata here, and the image was first created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Sorry. So the first name, the image of this particular name that came in the head of someone was Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. In the 1870s, he wrote Vande Mataram as a hymn to the motherland. So as you know about Vande Mataram is kind of a spiritual song in our nation that has been from ages, from like it is being established from ages, and until now we pray with Vande Mataram in to give honor to our nation or to give honor to our flag. So that's how it is done. So it was first created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 1870. From there, like उस song से Vande Mataram से that particular hymn, they have taken this particular figure as motherland. So later it was included in his novel also in Ananda Month and widely sung during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal. Moved by the Swadeshi movement, and Abanindranath Nath Tagore painted his famous image of Bharat Mata there. So the one who actually figured out the image of Bharat Mata there was Abanindranath Tagore, who have painted his famous image of Bharat Mata there, as you can see in the figure number 12 also in your book. If you see in your book, there is an image also that have been given of Bharat Mata, how they have visualized it, how they have figured Bharat Mata as. So in this painting, Bharat Mata is portrayed as an aesthetic figure. She is very calm, she is composed, she is divine and spiritual. So they have defined our own nation as, they have given such words to our nation by spiritualizing the portrait of Bharat Mata as she is calm, composed, divine and spiritual. And in subsequent years, the image of Bharat Mata acquired many different forms as it circulated in popular prints and was painted also by different artists there. And you can see that in the figure number 14 that is given, जो कि एक और उनकी जो that is a more new version of Bharat Mata that they have painted here. You can see that. So the devotion to this mother figure came to be seen as evidence of one's nationalism. So जो हम इसको पूजने लग गए थे at a point of time, so all the Indians were united all together with and devotion for this particular mother figure came to be seen as the evidence of one nationalism feeling that came in the heart of every people around them. So the ideas of nationalism also developed through a movement to revive Indian folklore. In late 19th century India, nationalism began recording folk tales sung by bards, and they taught villages to gather folk songs and legends. So basically The idea of nationalism was not only collectified by this portrait of Bharat Mata, it was also be collectified by the folklore. Folklore मतलब जो देशभक्ति के हम गाने बोल सकते हैं इसको, कि बहुत जगह जगह पे गाए जाते थे देशभक्ति के गाने. सो इन लेट 19th सेंचुरी इंडिया, नेशनलिस्ट जो भी बहुत सारे नेशनलिस्ट थे ऑल अराउंड अस, दे बिगिन टू वो ढूंढने लग गए थे जो भी रिकॉर्डिंग करते थे फोक टेल्स ऑफ रिगार्डिंग ऑल दीज नेशनलिज्म फोकलोर जो भी बनते थे उसके रिगार्डिंग. सो दे एक्चुअली टूर in different places to search for such folk tales who have been sung by these birds, and they toured villages to gather all these folk songs and legends. So these tales, they believed, give a true picture of traditional culture that had been corrupted and damaged by outside forces. So when Britishers were here in India, they wanted to like evacuate all their things, like जो भी English music होता, British music होता था, all the इंग्लिश मूवीज दे हैव एक्वायर्ड इन अस, कि हम यही चीज़ें सुने, और वो मतलब चाहते थे कि हम अपना ट्रेडिशन चेंज करके उनके में कन्वर्ट हो जाएं, व्हाट दे वांटेड. सो जो नेशनलिस्ट थे, दे थॉट दैट कि इन टेल्स के थ्रू दे बिलीव दैट दे कैन गिव अ ट्रू पिक्चर ऑफ ट्रेडिशनल कल्चर टू आवर पीपल, एंड which is kind of corrupted and damaged by the outside forces, and it was essential also to preserve these folk tradition in order to discover one's national identity and restore a sense of pride in one's past. So we are been inculcated with all the western things in us. So उसकी वजह से जो हम जो अपने खुद के रिलीजन है, हमारे जो खुद के ट्रेडिशन है, उनको भूलते जा रहे हैं. So they thought that it is quite essential at that time to preserve these folk tradition in order to discover our own national identity and restore a sense of pride in one's past. So like in Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting all these ballads and nursing rhymes and myths, and led the movement for folk revival. Like in Madras, Natesa Shastri published a massive 4-volume collection of Tamil folk tales and a folklore of southern India. He believed that folklore was national literature. It was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thoughts and characteristics. So in Bengal also, Rabindranath Tagore have taken the initiative to, and he began off collecting all the ballads that have been making with all this nationalist feeling, and all the nursery rhymes that have been made, all the myths, everything. तो वो चाहते थे कि हमारा जो खुद का ट्रेडिशन है, हमारे जो खुद के वैल्यूज हैं, वी शुड इनकल्केट इन ऑल द हार्ट्स ऑफ द पीपल, सो दैट कि हम अपने ट्रेडिशन को एक सिंबल बना ले, एक पोजीशन बना ले टू डिस्कवर आवर ओन ट्रेडिशन, कि बाहर वेस्टर्न नहीं, हम अपने रिलीजन के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, हम अपने कल्चर के लिए लड़ रहे हैं यहाँ पे. सो दैट व्हाट द थिंग वाज. एंड इन मद्रास there was different person, that was Natesa Shastri. He published a massive 4-volume collective of Tamil folk tales, folklore of southern India, and he believed that by this folklore it was kind of a national literature to him, and it was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thoughts and characteristics. So as the national movement developed, nationalist leaders became more and more aware of such icons and symbols in unifying people and inspiring them a feeling of nationalism. So during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag, red, green and yellow was designed. So the first flag that was designed for India was red, green and yellow. So it was not the color which is being right now. सो जो नेशनल मूवमेंट जैसे जैसे डेवलप होता जा रहा था, लोग आपस में मिलते जा रहे थे, और जो नेशनलिस्ट लीडर थे वो अवेयर कर रहे थे लोगों को, वो यूनाइट करना चाहते थे लोगों को बाय दी सिंबल्स एंड आइकॉन्स, बाय स्प्रेडिंग ऑल दीज थिंग अराउंड देम. सो लोग साथ में पास आ रहे थे, एंड दे स्टार्टेड टू यूनिफाई देम इन सच अ वे कि जो भारी व जो आउटर फोर्सेस हैं वो उनको किसी भी वे में हेल्प ना कर सके और उनको कोई बेनिफिट ना मिले. सो वो खुद ही ये सारी चीजें देख के वो छोड़ के जा सके. तो दैट वाज द मेन मोटिव ऑफ दिस. सो एज दिस नेशनल मूवमेंट डेवलप्ड, ऑल द nationalism became more and more aware of such icons and symbols in unifying people and inspiring them about the feeling of nationalism in them. So during this Desi movement that happened in Bengal, they designed a tricolor flag for India, and it was firstly made with three colors, that is red, green and yellow. So it had 8 lotuses and representing 8 provinces of British India, and a crescent moon representing Hindus and Muslims. By 1921, Gandhiji has designed the Swaraj flag there. So it was again a tricolor, red, green and white, and had a spinning wheel in the center representing the Gandhian ideal of self-help. Then carrying the flag, holding it afloat during marches, become a symbol of deficits. So basically there were a lot of designs that have been made बिफोर जो हमारा भी जो नेशनल फ्लैग है उससे पहले बहुत सारे डिजाइन बने थे, बहुत अलग अलग लोगों ने बनाए थे और उसको उस टाइम तक पास नहीं किया गया था. बस वो जो भी प्रोटेस्ट और मूवमेंट होते थे उसमें दे एक्चुअली यूज दीज फ्लैग्स लाइक अ सिंबल ऑफ deficiency at that time. So that what the use of that particular flag was. So another meaning of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. So by the end of the 19th century, many Indians began feeling that to instill a sense of pride in the nation, Indian history had to be thought about differently, and the British saw Indians as backward and primitive, incapable of governing themselves. So another way of bringing the feeling of nationalism was through interpretation of history. So वो हिस्ट्री को निकालना शुरू कर दिया था उन्होंने कि हमारे जो पूर्वजन थे, जो भी पहले जिन्होंने इतना स्ट्रगल किया है जस्ट फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंस. So by the end of this 19th century, there were many Indians who began the feeling of this, and they instilled a sense of pride for the nation. Indian history had to be thought about differently. बहुत सारे सीन थे, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई हैं इंडिया में, बहुत सारे वॉर्स लड़े गए हैं. तो उस चीज को वापस से लाया गया to bring back the pride feeling in the heart of the people. So the British saw that Indians as backward and primitive at that time. उनको लगता था कि हम बहुत ही पिछड़े हुए और बहुत ही लो क्लास से बिलोंग करते हैं. हमारे पास कुछ like they actually tell us that you people are dirty, you are brown, and racism comment pass करते थे and all these things. And we are incapable of governing ourselves. So that was the mentality of the Britishers at that time. So in response to that, Indians began looking into the past to discover India's great achievement, and they wrote about the glorious developments in ancient times when art and architecture, science and mathematics, religion and culture, law and philosophy, crafts and trade had flourished. So to respond back to the Britishers, they invented all the things जो भी इंडियन से करी है in the past. जब अभी तक जो भी इंडिया में पास्ट में जितने भी सारे लोगों ने किया है, जो भी राजा महाराजा रहे हैं, जिन्होंने लड़ा है, फाइट आउट किया है फॉर द प्राइड ऑफ इंडिया at that time. So they discover all the India's great achievements, and they wrote. जब ये सारी चीजें आना शुरू हुई थी उसके साथ बहुत सारी चीजें डेवलप हुई थी. आर्ट एंड कल्चर, साइंस, मैथमेटिक्स, एवरीथिंग केम अप. सो दे एक्चुअली रोट many things and develop many things in ancient times with art and architecture, science. उसके थ्रू वो अपनी nationalism फीलिंग बताने लग गए थे. So art and architecture was one, science, mathematics, religion, culture, law and philosophy, crafts, trade has flourished with this. So this glorious time in their view has followed by a history of decline when India was colonized. So now this glorious time that came has actually followed a history of decline where India is colonized now. These nationalist histories urge the readers to take pride in India's great achievements in the past and struggle to change the miserable conditions of life under British rule. So till now you have read a lot of achievements that India have seen and acquired a lot of things. You can acquire a lot of things out of it. Like India के pride के लिए लोगों ने क्या नहीं किया. They have given their life. They have given all the things they can. So that's what the nationalists actually wanted, that people should discover about their country where they are living in. That these nationalist stories urge that they should take pride in India's great achievements till now, and all these struggles that they have seen to change the miserable condition of life that was under this British rule. So these efforts to unify people were not without the problems. When the past being glorified was Hindu, when the images celebrated were drawn from Hindu iconography, then people of other communities felt left out. So you all know about the split between Pakistan and India. Why it happened? Because जो भी सारे पास्ट से रिलेटेड जो भी चीजें निकल रही थी वो हिंदू रिलीजन को ज्यादा प्रेफर कर रहे थे एंड अदर कम्युनिटीज वर फीलिंग लेफ्ट आउट. तो मुस्लिम्स को बहुत ही लेफ्ट आउट फील होता था. उनको वो चीज मिली नहीं इंडियंस के थ्रू से. उनको लगता था कि ये तो सिर्फ अपने ही गुणगान गाते रहते हैं, ये इनको सिर्फ अपनी चीजें दिख रही है, इनको हमारा तो कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन इसमें दिख नहीं रहा जो मुस्लिम्स ने किया या समथिंग लाइक दैट. So obviously the image that they celebrated was from the Hindu iconography, so the other communities felt left out. So उन्होंने उसी टाइम सोचा था गांधी जी ने कि we should have a split person. तो पाकिस्तान को अलग कर दिया गया था और इंडिया को अलग कर दिया गया था. So that was it. So the conclusion of this was a growing anger against the colonial government was thus bringing together various groups and classes of Indians into a common struggle for freedom in the first half of the 20th century. So there was a lot of movement that happened, but after that, जब all the nationalist leaders came up and they thought that कि हमें एक nationalist की feeling इनके अंदर जब तक नहीं लाएंगे, that things are not going to change. And when they actually done it, they have seen a tremendous changes. So all these various groups came together and classes of Indians started for a common struggle for freedom in the first half of the 20th century. The Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi tried to channel people's grievances into organized movement for the independence. Through such movements, the nationalists tried to forge a national unity, but as we have seen, diverse groups and classes participated in these movements and with varied aspirations and expectations. So जो भी different communities and different जो culture से related या religion से related all जो भी participate कर रहे थे, they all were participating for their own motives, their own inspiration and expectations, and when they were not fulfilling, so they were feeling quite left out from all these things that was happening. So as their grievances were wide-ranging, freedom from colonial rule also meant different things to different people, and the Congress continuously attempted to resolve differences and ensure that the demand of one group did not alienate another, and this is especially why the unity within the movement often broke down. So all these जो भी communities बन रही थी, groups बन रहे थे, communities के जो भी expectations थे या whatever it was not confining. वो कोलैप्स हो रहे थे एक दूसरे से. लोगों को लग रहा था कि इस कम्युनिटी को ज़्यादा प्रेफरेंस मिल रही है हमारी कम्युनिटी से. So all these things were developing so much. The Congress actually tried a lot. They continuously attempted to resolve all the differences. They ensured that कि किसी की भी डिमांड एक दूसरे के साथ हम नहीं शेयर करेंगे, बैलेंस वे में चलेंगे, but it could not happen, and the unity within this particular movement broke down, and the high points of Congress activity and nationalist unity were followed by phases of disunity and inner conflict between groups, and in other words, what was emerging was a nation with many voices wanting freedom from colonial rule. So ये जो सारे movements end में जाके they actually collide. मतलब डिसयूनिटी में भी अपनी अपनी कम्युनिटी के हिसाब से ये ग्रुप चलने लग गए थे. इनमें कुछ यूनिटी फिर बची नहीं थी और कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बहुत ज़्यादा हो गए थे बिटवीन दी ग्रुप्स. सो इन अदर वर्ड्स द इमर्जिंग ऑफ द नेशन हैपेंड विद ऑल दीज कम्युनिटीज विद इन इंडेंसेस, एंड जो फ्रीडम वो अपने ब्रिटिशर से चाहते थे वो कॉलोनियल रूल से वो बन गया था. तो इसी वजह से दे थॉट ऑफ कि चाहे वो कितना ही ट्राई कर ले, द मुस्लिम्स एंड द इंडियंस आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी भाई भाई अगेन. सो दे थॉट टू डिवाइड, उनको अपनी जगह दे दे और हमें अपनी जगह दे दे. लेकिन फिर भी टिल नाउ वी आर फाइटिंग फॉर वन लैंड, दैट इज कश्मीर. उनको लगता है कश्मीर उनका, हमें लगता है हमारा है, अब पता नहीं किसका है. तो दैट्स व्हाट द थिंग इज. Still we are having a lot of trouble. The same thing is happening with China also now. कि उनको लगता है कि लद्दाख का एक पार्ट उनका है, हमें लगता है वो हमारा है, एंड दीज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आर स्टिल गोइंग टू हैपन। मतलब पता नहीं कब तक चलेगा, आई रियली डोंट नो, बट दिस इज स्टिल द सीन टिल नाउ। तो जब हमें इंडिपेंडेंस मिला भी था तो हमने इन जो भी कम्युनिटी सी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है इनके साथ ही मिला था, तभी अभी भी जो भी हमारे जो कंट्री में बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स अभी तक हैं, एंड जो हमारे जो डिफरेंसेस हैं बाकी कंट्रीज के साथ वो भी अभी तक हैं। So the homework solution now, so I have told you about read the source, read carefully, and you have to agree with that you agree with Iqbal's idea of communalism or not. Can you identify communalism in a different way? So my idea is a different one. It is just my view. So no, I do not agree with Iqbal's idea of communalism because he believed that it is a quest for the community to develop on its own lines, and he believed that religion is the basis on which thinking and behavior are based. So he felt that religion gives persons a common culture and literature. He believed in the concept that Hindus and Muslims should exist as separate identities in India, and this line of thinking encouraged separatism and ultimately led to the partition of the country. So that's what I think, that Iqbal's idea of communalism was quite quest for the community to develop in its own line. So he believed that religion is the basis on which thinking and behavior are based. मतलब उसके हिसाब से जो भी था कि वो रिलीजन के बेसिस पे वो सब कुछ सोचता था कि मुस्लिम्स की अलग सोच है, इंडियंस की, मतलब वो रिलीजन में उसने डिवाइड कर दिया था। एंड ही फेल्ट दैट रिलीजन गिव्स पर्सन अ कॉमन कल्चर एंड लिटरेचर। He believed that in the concept that Hindus and Muslims should exist in separate identities only. उसने कभी उनको साथ लाने का सोचा ही नहीं, लाइक अ कॉमन कम्युनिटी के बारे में उसने कभी सोचा नहीं, सोचा रिलीजन के हिसाब से उसने सोचा। एंड दिस लाइन ऑफ थिंकिंग इनकरेज ऑलवेज सेपरेटिज्म एंड अल्टीमेटली लेड टू द पार्टीशन ऑफ द कंट्री। So the homework I want to give you today is that you should compare the images of Bharat Mata in this chapter with the image of Germania in chapter number 1 that has been given to you. So you have to write about down your observation from our country's Bharat Mata and the image of Germania, that is the kind of a Bharat Mata for Europe. So you just have to write what your observation is about from these and what you carry from all this particular image and this feeling of nationalism, how you can brought it down. So that's your homework, and if you have doubts you can ask me in the doubt session now. So that's it. Just thank you so much for listening and just take care of yourself.